So, I was debating about which video I wanted to make today. So, I was looking through, and I decided I would not do a card trick, because I've been doing a lot of those lately, but I would actually start doing some other types of card sleights. So, what I'm going to be teaching you today is how to riffle shuffle a deck of cards like that. Now, I know most people actually do it on a surface, but I'm going to try to steer you away from that and actually teach you how to do it in your hands. So in case you do street magic or something, and there's not a table nearby, you'll be able to do it. Now, there's a few other things I'm going to be teaching too, but just in this video, I'll be teaching the riffle shuffle in the hands. So without further ado, let's learn how to do the riffle shuffle in the hands. Now the first thing you're going to want to learn how to do is how to hold the deck correctly. Now there's a lot of grips for how to do this, but all I do is simple. So I actually hold it like this. Now, your middle ring and your pinky's gonna be on the front edge. Your thumb's gonna be on the back edge. Now, your index can be curled on the back, or it doesn't have to be curled. But one thing with your middle ring and pinky, if you have it touching just the edge of the cards and you try to riffle shuffle, they'll fall down like that. It'll be a little hard. So I actually take my first knuckles here. So this knuckle, and this one. So this, and this. And I actually bend it over. So as you can see, the edge of the deck will be in my knuckles, and my finger will be curled. Now your thumb, actually have it like this. So it's not straight on the deck like this, but it's kind of turned to my left, might be your right. So like this, you can actually shuffle. Now there's a few things you can do to actually get the deck in your other hand. One thing is you can have it fall into your 3 fingers like this, and then you can use these fingers that actually is holding the pack to lift it up and make the same grip with your other hand. Or what you can do is you can riffle off half, and I just come over, and I just move the packet over until I can get it into my other hand. So either way you want to do that, you can. Now I wouldn't advise learning how to hold a packet until you can riffle these. Because one thing you don't want is clumpy riffle like this. You want it to go one card by one. So one thing you can do is use a little portion of cards, and you can use your hand as support and just practice riffling one card. And all you're doing for the riffle, actually quite easy. You're just, when you're bending the packet back so you're applying pressure, you're just slowly releasing pressure from your thumb, and that's gonna riffle the cards off like that. So once you can do that, I would recommend practicing that over, just riffling that bottom card over and over and over. And once you get that good, try 2 cards, so try riffling 2. Now, of course, you don't want them to be in a big chunk like this. So try doing it 1 card by another. Once you can do 2, try 3. Once you can do 3, keep going up until you can do 1 by 1 by 1. And then you can riffle. Now, of course, you're going to want to do this on a surface. But after you actually do that, try doing it not on a surface. But make sure there's a surface under you. So in case they fall like that, it won't be hard to pick them up. So try riffling 1 by 1 like this. And once you can do that, try it with your other hand. It's the same grip and riffling. Because you want a good riffle. You don't want a chunky riffle. So once you can do this, so you have the grip, riffle about half, you can pick it up, and one thing I do when I pick it up, I actually bring it up, so I put my index on top, I bring it up, I put my thumb on here, then I move my index to the one side, my pinky to the other side. I do the same thing with my other hand, and I might give them a little tap. Now, of course, you don't have to give them the tap, but if you do it this way, this is actually so they're a little more stable, and I'll show you what I mean. So if we were to do this normally, like this, and then you would put the packets down, and you don't want them too close to each other, because then it'll be really hard to riffle, or they might not even riffle. And then you don't want them too far apart, because then they won't even touch. So you want them just right. So maybe, I don't know, a little inch. I can't really tell, but like this. This is how far you want them. And just practice doing this riffle. Okay, on the surface. Once you can do it on the surface, so like this, try doing it in your hand. So remember this grip from before? So it's like a one-hand fan. Well, you're going to go back into this grip. But one thing I actually do is I leave my index fingers on the side, but my middle ring and pinky finger, I'm actually going to move both packets in, so it's actually touching not the first knuckles, but the second knuckles. So this will be a little surface, so like this. Now you can have your fingers curled or you don't, it doesn't matter. Now honestly, I don't really curl them, because I think this way actually is more stable for me, because you can have your index fingers right on the bottom. But once you have them like this, and then this is support, like the table, and now you can just practice riffling them together. Now once you riffle them together, you're going to want to do the bridge. Now there's a few ways here for the bridge. You can do the bridge like that, or you can do the bridge like this. Now, honestly, instead of that bridge, I do the one-handed shuffle. But it doesn't matter. So once you practice riffling them and you're good, what you're going to do is for that last card on top, place your thumbs on top and make sure your fingers are on the bottom. Your thumb needs a lot of pressure on this top card, because if it doesn't and you bow it down, they could come apart like that, and you don't want that. So once you riffle these together, have your thumbs on top, apply a lot of pressure to keep that card on top. If you want to, this is optional. You can move them in a few more inches so they're not out as far. Bend down your hands so it creates this little shape. Now this bridge took me the longest to learn, but it's going to feel really good once you can do it. You're just going to want to move your four fingers here away and slowly release pressure from your hands. So I move my fingers away and I slowly release pressure and it'll bridge. Now of course you're going to want to play around with that to get it right. It will bend up your cards, so that's why I recommend using bicycle decks or bees or some other cheap brand that you can easily replace. You don't want to use your monarchs or whatever, because they'll be bent all different ways. And one more thing for the riffle, if you can't seem to get them to riffle in, one thing I actually do is I actually do the corners. So these corners right here, I actually use those. And if you riffle those two corners together, So let's drop one card and another one. So these two corners, if you riffle them that way, then it will work most of the time. Now let's go over that bridge one more time. So you're on this way, you can push in a little more, apply pressure with your thumbs, bend down. Now open up your fingers and slowly release pressure and they will shuffle. And that is how you do the riffle shuffle. So one more time, I'm not going to talk you through it, but you can follow along. Or you can do it this way. So, there you go. That is how you can riffle shuffle a deck of cards without a table. Now, of course, when you're starting out, you can do half the packet, and that's fine too. But I think that's that's everything. If you like this new type of video and you have any other sleights you want to see, like, I don't know, one-handed cuts, try that again. A scissors cut. If you want a... Now, I already did a double lift tutorial, but if you want an updated one, let me know and I'll do that. That was a triple lift. Try that again. So there you go. But if you want any more tutorials, and if I know how to do it, I will make a video, and if I don't, I will learn it. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if this was a good tutorial or not for it. And I will see you guys next time with a new video. Bye.